Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Rosie Scrapper. So I'm so excited to have you all here today. I am going to get into this paper pumpkin. I have taken off my address and am going to open this for the first time, see what's in it. Now if you are not a paper pumpkin subscriber, perhaps this will interest you and you can see what it's all about in case you've been wondering. So it's a Stampin' Up subscription, and you just go to the Stampin' Up website and sign up there. You can sign up for 1 month, you can sign up for multiple months, you can sign up for this is wonderful. This stamp set is just, it's fabulous. I will explain to you why in a little bit. So a pretty peacock. So in every paper pumpkin box you get a stamp set, you get an ink spot, and your kit comes wrapped in this usually blue tissue paper, and then all of the fixins to make certain projects. And you just need to provide scissors, I think, is about all you need, because it does come with adhesive. And of course anything else that you would want to add. So let's see what is in here, and then let's put something together. So we have in this little baggie some sequins and some glue dots and some dimensionals. These are gold sequins, so that's lovely. And looks like we have some tear and tape, envelopes. I can't remember what, probably 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, which have a fun design on it. Look at that. That's really cute. Oh, and look at these card bases. Woohoo! Lovely. So 1, 2, 3 of those, and then probably 3 of these as well. And then looks like we have 3 of another type. It has gold on it. Can't really see that it's gold there. Maybe now you can see. And then, oh, look at these laser die cuts. Aren't those gorgeous? Oh. Okay, so we have 3 sheets of that. And then, oh, that's so beautiful. 1, 2, 3 sheets of this. And then 1 sheet of this. I'm assuming this is for the sentiments. So here are the directions. Full of charm. Now, you will not be able to get this particular paper pumpkin, but I tell you what, the paper pumpkins this year have been amazing. So they are on a roll. I would strongly recommend that you sign up for July's. You have to sign up before the 10th of the month. And I have a link below my video to the website where you can sign up if you are interested in this kit or the next kit that comes along. So, Oh, they're so pretty. So there are instructions. Sorry, I need to not lose track of what I'm doing. So there's instructions for the first one, for the second one, and then for the third one. Okay. So is there any stamping that needs to go on here? Yes. So we're going to start with this one. Looks like there's some stamping here, here, and here. I'm just going to grab my larger ink spot, Pretty Peacock. And then the paper pumpkin, the first time you order, it will come with a block, which I am not going to use. I'm just going to use one of mine. Let's find that card. Here's the card. I'm going to set the instructions over here. So, oops, I should have stamped that off somewhere else first. That's okay. It came out pretty nicely. That's a lovely stamp. And then the other one was down here. Okie doke. What other stamping do I need to do? Anything else? Yes. So let's go ahead and stamp the greeting to a wonderful friend. So that must be in here. Oh, I'm going to use happy birthday instead. And I'm going to try stamping off first. I have a little tiny piece of paper over here. Oh, and look. I have ink on my fingers somewhere, and it is getting on that greeting. Let's see if this eraser will work. So this is a wonderful thing that you can get on Amazon. I don't know if they sell them in stores. I've never really looked because I got it on Amazon. Yeah, that'll be good. It's a sand and rubber eraser by Mono for ink and pencil by Tombow. And if you don't have too much, then it will erase it. I don't think that got on there very straight, but straight enough for me. Alrighty. So I need that large one. This one right here. So just be careful. Take your time. You don't want to tear this, but it does come out easy. Just take your time. If you go at it too zealously, then you could rip it. And then you'll be sad. And we don't want you to be sad. There. So this is going to go on there. Not like that, like this. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Anything else go on there? So just the glue and then that and a few. Nice. Okay, so I am going to use art glitter glue. Again, this is something we don't sell, but it comes out really, really tiny. Did I turn that over? Oh gosh, now I gotta make sure I did. No, I didn't. I did not turn that over. This is the way it goes. So I need to flip it. Ah, good. It's white. That probably would have been enough if I had just looked. So this silicone mat is just a wonderful tool for you to have handy in your crafting space. Ooh, that came out kind of thick. To protect your work surface from random dots of glue. It also is a great place to mix paint for smushing techniques. Okay. So what helped me get that down was just placing these two leaf outlines down first. Then I'll take some of these dimensionals. Now, if you want to fast forward and see what I do at the end, my plan is to use the supplies to go rogue, do something different. But first I wanted to just make at least one, maybe two of the way that they were designed by the amazing Paper Pumpkin team. So it looks like we have a large one here and a small one here. And then where is the other one down there? Beautiful. So if all the, they're all alike, aren't they? So I'm going to go ahead and add some leaves to the envelope. Just for fun. I need to take my time though. Make sure that I get a good, oop, there it went. My finger went in the ink. That's how you get ink all over the place. Alrighty. Our first one done. I have this stamp that I have handy, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside so that this is completely ready to go in my birthday stash of cards. Yay! Isn't that beautiful? So you get 3 of those. I don't see a whole lot of reason to change that up, but I probably will, just because it's fun. And then I think maybe I'll go ahead and do gosh, they're just both so beautiful. I'm going to do the third one. Just because I might want to play with those others, those die cuts. That. And then I'll go ahead and clean this leaf off. have kind of a lot of shadows. I wonder if that's because I have my curtains open and I'm letting in too much natural sunlight. Probably is. All right, so the reason why I was excited about these stamps is because of what I wanted to talk to you about today, which is the myrtle tree. We recently took a myrtle tree out of our yard. It was not doing well at all. We live in the desert, and I have been studying the book of Zechariah at the end of the Old Testament. And it's one of the minor prophets. And the only reason why it's called minor is because, let's celebrate you, is because of its size, not because of its significance. As a matter of fact, it's actually a very fascinating book. So it has these 8 night visions that Zechariah has. And then it also has a section on fasting and coming promises. And then it's very messianic. Talks about the messianic future and describes the full restoration of the kingdom of God. So if you are into studying eschatology, then, and you haven't studied the book of Zechariah yet, I would strongly suggest it. I am having such a good time. So in the first chapter of Zechariah, the first night vision, there's a man on a red horse. Oh, and this looks similar to a myrtle tree blossom. So a man on a red horse, standing amongst myrtle trees. And the significance of the myrtle tree, oh, this is really gorgeous. It has multiple meanings. So let's see. Let me back up. In the first chapter, the man on the red horse, who I believe is Jesus, is waiting to hear back from the other riders that have been going to and fro on the earth, to report back to him. And he is standing among the myrtle trees. And we recently took a myrtle tree out of our yard. We live in the desert. It was not doing well. We replaced it with an oleander, which we have many oleanders on our property already, so that should work beautifully. But the Hebrew name for myrtle is hadass. And then if you are familiar with, oh, this one's not going to work. If you are familiar, now see, that's why you watch a video like this, and you can learn the things that you shouldn't do by watching the things that I mess up on. Hadassah is Esther's name. So I haven't looked into the significance of that, but I'm certain that there probably is some significance to that. I looked up to see, because I didn't we had a crepe myrtle, and I didn't know if, you know, that was the same as a myrtle tree. I'm going to go ahead and use that same birthday stamp. But the blossom is just gorgeous. It's a 5-petal flower and it has this burst of large stamen. The stamens just seem to, I don't know if it's part of the flower, if it's the stamens, I don't know. I'm speaking in about areas that I'm not completely sure of, and I apologize. So, oh, that's really a beautiful card, isn't it? Yes. Maybe I will go ahead and do the middle one. So, let's see, where was I? Oh, the flower. The center like burst. It almost looks like fireworks. So cool. And I need a bigger stamp and a bigger block. Anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought there. I discovered in my study that when the Israelites celebrated the Feast of Tabernacles, they built booths to live in during the feast. I don't know if that was 5 days, 7 days. If you know, you can go ahead and instruct me. Leave me what you know about the Feast of Tabernacles in the comments. Oh, I got that kind of low, I think. But in Nehemiah, when they were told to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles, they were told to use myrtle branches and also olive, pine, and palm branches to make their booths. And my crepe myrtle looks a lot like this. That's why I knew I was going to talk about the myrtle tree today, because that's just what I've been studying. And this looks so much like a myrtle tree, a crepe myrtle tree. I don't know if this is the way the flowers look on a myrtle tree, but anyway, the booths were a symbol of protection and preservation from heat and storm when the feast was celebrated, I believe, to commemorate the protection that they had from their wanderings in the desert when God called the Israelites out of Egypt. And now where is that blue one? I missed that one somewhere. So oh, it was supposed to be on here. Well, we'll have to go back and put it there. So, a symbol of preservation and protection from the wanderings in the desert when God called them out of Egypt. And in the Feast of Tabernacles is mentioned in Zechariah chapter 14 also. And it says that the survivors from all nations that have attacked Jerusalem will go up year after year to worship the King, the Lord Almighty. It also mentions a punishment for those who do not go up. Okay, and then do this one. Let's see if Let's Celebrate You will fit on there, because I prefer that. It will. Miss You is what are in the instructions, but I don't really send Miss You cards very often. All right, this one is probably going to be, it is not. It says to use the tape for this. So the myrtle tree is also mentioned in Isaiah 55 and also in Isaiah 41. Now, when it's mentioned in Isaiah, it seems to be referring to the millennial kingdom, the restored kingdom. It says in Isaiah 55, it says, instead of the thorn shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar, the myrtle tree. And it shall be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off. And then in 41, it says, I will put in the desert the cedar and the acacia, the myrtle and the olive. I will set pines in the wasteland, the fir and the cypress together, so that my people may see and know, may consider and understand that the hand of the Lord has done this, that the Holy One of Israel has created it. And I believe that he's talking about the millennial kingdom there. I can tell you this, that in the desert, this desert where I live, the myrtle tree is not native. Neither are any of those other trees that were mentioned, the fir, the pine, the cypress. You can make them grow, but they are not natural. They are not native. And if they were to suddenly start growing here, it would definitely be an act of God. Whenever the myrtle tree is mentioned, it seems to be in conjunction with covenant blessings, like being used for the Feast of Tabernacles. So there were very specific blessings that the Israelites received during their time in the desert. Little tiny one there. And then also for restoration, like you heard in those verses in Isaiah, and Zechariah talks about both the Feast of Tabernacles, which everyone's going to have to celebrate. All nations are going to have to celebrate. Let's see, where does this need to go? And also the millennial kingdom. The book does get into describing the millennial kingdom. I'm kind of early on in my study. Haven't really made it past the first chapter yet, but I did familiarize myself with the outline of the book before I started. And then there's probably some bling on here. Large one there, a small one there, and then another small one over here. All right, we got them all three done, except for this one needs this little bit of greenery here. So I would love to know, do you have myrtle trees? And if you do, was I describing the blossom correctly? Is that what the blossom looks like on your myrtle tree? And I still kind of wonder why the rider of the red horse was standing among the myrtle trees. Although if the myrtle trees do represent restoration and also protection, then it looks like the man on the red horse is protected because he's standing in a ravine amongst the myrtle trees. And that looks nice. Very, very nice. I love it. And then the first one. This is a gorgeous paper pumpkin. They have been so beautiful this year. Oops, I was going to stamp my little birthday greeting in here. So I have 3 more ready to go to church. They have oops, that's not the one I want. They have graciously accepted my gift of making cards for our worship team. If you've been on my channel before, you know that I sing on our worship team, and if you need a place to go to worship on Sundays online because you don't have a live church to go to, and you should probably try to find one if you don't, Oro Valley Church of the Nazarene, and it's here in southern Arizona. So if you know, I'm still kind of working out what I think about why Jesus is standing among the myrtle trees. And there's not a whole lot in the Bible about myrtle trees. So that's just kind of my thought. And I don't think that anything is random. But if you have more insight, I would love to know. You could leave your ideas in the comments as to what the significance of those myrtle trees might be. Zechariah is a fascinating book. I'm really enjoying my study of it. I learned that Zechariah is quoted 71 times in the New Testament. And 31 of those is actually in I like that. 31 of those is actually in Revelation. Yeah. So there, and as a matter of fact, there's a lot of parallels with what you read in Zechariah and sorry. This is what I'm doing. This is why my brain has stopped thinking and my mouth has stopped talking. I tried to do this 2 at a time and I ended up making kind of a mess for myself. But nothing tragic, nothing ripped. Just felt like it was gonna. Okay, so I'm just gonna use those exact same pieces and I'm gonna grab say a different background. This is basic beige. And then would I want to do the same color stamps on there? I'm not so sure that I would. I'm going to change this color. That still is going to be sort of a background color. So I think I'm going to grab the basic beige. So anyway, biblically, historically, and eschatologically, I think that we are currently in the time of the Gentiles, but the signs that we're seeing could be pointing to the very end, the 70th week of Daniel, if you will, when God will remove the church and deal with Israel and the world in the Great Tribulation and establish his kingdom, his millennial kingdom here on earth. There, that's what I needed to do. Let's figure out the exact spot for this to be in. Very nice. I'm going to do a little bit more up here too. Do I want some there? I think I do. Yeah, it's starting to look a little too matchy, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to clean this off and do just the flowery leafy parts right up here. Yeah, okay. Be done, my dear, be done. Do I want this to be up? I think I do. I want to put that up on dimensionals instead of gluing it flat. So anyway, I would just encourage you, if you're not quite prepared for these end times that you hear Christians talking about, that you would open your heart to Jesus and accept him as your Savior. He died on the cross to save everyone from their sins, not just a particular group of people, but the entire world. And the Bible is very clear about that. He wants to have a loving relationship with you. All you need to do is repent of your sins and turn and follow him. You get yourself a Bible, start reading, getting to know him. His love and forgiveness and mercy and power are real, and he wants to share them with you. It's a simple prayer. Jesus, I believe you are who you say you are, and I ask that you would come into my heart to forgive me of my sins and lead me and guide me. And I'll go ahead and go with this color. I punched that out and then lost it. Proceeded to lose it. There it is. Oh, that's beautiful too. So if you have any comments about my myrtle trees or Zechariah, I would certainly love to know your thoughts. If you were so moved to start following Jesus, please let someone know. You can let me know in the comments. You can go online and find my church and let some of my church leaders know. They would. And by the way, I am not. This blog doesn't have anything to do with my church. They are not, paying me or asking me to do this. My thoughts are my thoughts. My study is my study, and but I do know that everyone who knows the Lord will have an easier time of it in their walk with the Lord if they can find a group of Christians to commune with. And so I would strongly encourage you to find a group to grow and learn with. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. Let's see, I have a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4 here, and I'm going to do some stamping on it. So this cardboard that comes in the packaging is great for just putting beneath there. All right, so I'm going to use this kind of as my guide. So still I'm still kind of stuck on what they have given me, but that's okay. I'm gonna use, let me see what those colors are. Do I want those colors? Does it matter what those colors are? I'm gonna look at them. There it is. Coordinating colors. Basic beige. Huh. I didn't even know that. Berry Burst. Blackberry Bliss. Cajun Craze. Early Espresso. Mossy Meadow. Night of Navy. Pretty Peacock. Timid Tiger. And Gold. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Blackberry Burst and the Early Espresso. And what was that green? Mossy Meadow. Okie doke. Maybe I'll just use markers. Yeah. So when you are applying marker ink to your stamps, you want to start with the lighter color. And that's just so that you don't pick up dark colors with your light colored marker. And this will be a little bit tedious, but the results will probably be worth it. Hopefully this works. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of ink left. And the leaf. Maybe I'll make that stem brown also. Very cool. All right, let's do another one. So when I am studying a book of the Bible, I use things like Strong's Concordance. There's an online version with a concordance called Blue Letter Bible, but I always get kind of confused when I'm on that website. I know how to use my paper Strong's Concordance. And then this again. And then I think we need over there some leaves. And over here some leaves. I'll go ahead and do that stem. Strong's Concordance, I use a Bible dictionary, and I have an NIV study Bible, which is extremely helpful, especially for cross-referencing. Okie doke. Do I want to put any more? I think I do. So in my NIV study Bible is where I find all of the other locations where the word or the phrase or the concept or the prophecy is repeated. So I was able to find, I'm already starting to work on where Zechariah is quoted in the New Testament. So that's been fun. So I think that if you are getting serious about your study, a few extra books or a really good study Bible is a really good way to go. But of course you can, I wonder if there is some sort of die cut that I have that would kind of fill that need. The desk is starting to get crowded. Okay. You're watching live crafting, my friends. Watching the brain work. Okay, so I think that I'm going to do this in gold. So I'm going to kind of sticking with the gold theme here. Look for a little bit of gold paper. Oh, this came out first. I don't know if we still sell this, but I know we have the gold sheets. This is that distressed gold. So I'm going to cut that flag out of that. And I'll cut the circle out of this. The mini will work for this. Let's see. So, Strong's, NIV, oh, and did I mention there are just so many things available online for studying. So the news right now, so this is June, I don't know, June 21st, 22nd, I don't know, June 26th, sorry, I'm way off. 2025 right now, and of course, America just recently dropped the bombs in Iran to take out their nuclear capabilities. And I know you probably didn't want to hear about politics when you came on here, but basically everything I was talking about as far as the kingdom coming that Zechariah describes, the current events that we're experiencing right now are definitely a sign that we could definitely be in the end times. Just the way the nations are coming, the situation in the Middle East, the fact that Israel is a country again, which was prophesied of in the Bible, that they would become a nation in a day, which did happen in 1948. The fact that they don't have a right to exist is complete hogwash. That the Bible is proven to be true over and over and over again, and God does still have a plan for the nation of Israel, and in the end he will have a plan. And what I mean by that is in the last the 7 years of tribulation, once the body of Christ has been removed, I know that there are different thoughts on when the church will be removed, when the rapture will happen, but I'm completely convinced that it will be before the rapture. Another, let's see, battle that's very interesting and something to look out for would be Ezekiel 38. So if you are wondering where to find all of this information regarding eschatology, you would want to read Daniel, you'd want to read Ezekiel 36 through the end. Now 40 through 44 gets a little hard to read. It's all about the what's it temple. It's all about the temple. All right, so we need a card base for this. Let's see what I have over here. I have no idea what color that is, but I think it looks good, doesn't it? And I need some bling. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Drucy adhesive backed elements. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's get this glued down here. Oh, that has a fold in it. Oh well, gonna use it anyway. This might be berry burst paper. Kind of matches that color pretty nicely. And there you go. I've used the stamps and my own stash. Feeling excited about that. And here's another one that I created. I did use the die cuts from the set. Here's the one that comes with paper pumpkin. And here's the first one we made. And then that really cool one with the gold lines. Another thing that's wonderful about the paper pumpkin kit is that you have these great designs to kind of follow and reproduce, get your ideas from, which is kind of basically what I did with this one. Probably should have done another one right in there, but hey, we're good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for staying, listening, and thumbs up and commenting. Appreciate you.